Chilly out there. What is up, YouTube? Back on the ZJ, still going on this thing. Need to change oil, check fluids. What I want to do is pull this out, spin it around, get it back in here so I can have the front end kind of aimed towards the warm side of the garage. Right now I got the stupid truck out there warming up so I can get it out of the way so I can turn this around. That's leaking antifreeze everywhere. I can't keep up. On one of the last videos I had a comment from Houndsman1. Go check out his channel. He's like, when you go in a month or a few weeks? I forget exactly what he said, but that's when it dawned on me, leaving 2 weeks from that day that he asked me, we're under 2 weeks now. I've still got stuff I need to get done on this. Get this thing fired up, get it flipped around in here so we get the garage door closed, keep it relatively warm over here. Got a couple cold ones over there. Crack one open and let's get to working. Get to the important stuff. How do you like my LEDs on there, huh? You know they add 5 horsepower? Look it up. So getting it fired up, getting it turned around. I ran it long enough, warmed it up. We will check the oil. Although it doesn't really matter, I gotta drain it. It's literally been a couple years. So I might put a few hundred miles on the thing. Cheers. Alright, pop the hood. See the old 318 5.2 liter. This was not stock in this. It was originally a 4 liter. Blew up the trans on a trip. That was a long trip. Anyway, more about that later. Knock on wood that this time that doesn't happen and we get up there fine. But probably leaving in the evening. Everybody usually rolls out in the morning, so be going on my own. No caravan, no rescue vehicles nearby besides AAA. Let's get the oil checked and see what we got to do to top off these fluids. We're right where we want to be, fill-wise, but like I said, yeah, it's been a little while since I changed the oil. So, we're going to go after it. I got the stuff I need for it, so let's do it. Oh, boy. Trans pan. Leaking transmission fluid, something awful. Wipe it down, top it off, and keep an eye on it. Not a lot on here that is not rusty. See how big a mess I can make. Not bad. I've had worse. Alright, while we let that drain, what do you guys think of my LEDs here? I was gifted them by my father-in-law. I'm not a huge fan of LEDs. I don't like that all the mall crawlers put them on their rigs and then we go out night wheeling and the first thing they do is they try to light up the whole stinking forest and it blasts everybody in their mirrors. You all know who you are, so I got a couple of these so I can fight back. Alright, pretty good. Get this drain plug back in, then we will replace the filter. Foolishly, I buried my creeper under a bunch of stuff I don't care to dig it out, so I'm crawling around the dirty floor. Oh, come on. Luckily, this thing's got enough clearance I can get under it without any problem. This is the one where I make a mess. Watch any of my other Jeep oil change videos, you're probably aware of that. There's a mess. I will say I can get around underneath here without too much trouble, but man, a lift would be nice. Someday I hope to add on to the garage and put a lift in. When I originally built this, it was just to park my work van in and maybe be a little bit of a wood shop, and it has morphed. I do a lot out here, if you haven't figured that one out yet. I'm always such a disaster. Alright, I know this thing takes 5 quarts. I've got it written on my board over there that you may have seen from a previous video. You know, if you're doing your own work, or you have multiple vehicles, write everything down. I knew that this takes a pH 16 filter. It's a 16 millimeter bolt for the drain pan, which is an odd size, but that's what it was. And this takes 5 quarts. So I usually can drain everything, place the filter, and then I usually just have 5-quart jugs, but they didn't have any when I went to buy some the other day, so I've got quarts. Give us a little more time to chit-chat. So anyway, big excursion, out with the family, going with the in-laws to go do some wheeling for like a week, and transmission went out on this. So, as I was saying, a lot of shuffling around, and we get everything home, we get back to where we were heading, and it worked out fine. I had my bike, wife had the quad. It was when I was making her ride the 250R 2-stroke, which she didn't like. So I actually ended up selling it because we don't ride anymore, and I'm not messing with that funnel. I gotta find another funnel. So once vacation is over and we get back to you know, taking care of business at hand, my father-in-law was able to track down a junked 98 ZJ, and so we got that and pulled the 5.2 out of it and threw it in here. We just pulled the whole 4-liter transmission, everything, dropped the 5.2 trans, all that stuff right in here. So that's a pretty good upgrade. Zero complaints about the 4 liters. 4 liters were the greatest motors for these things, I think. They had great torque. They had rev limiters on them, so you're going up a hill or something, you just wind it out, and it would just keep climbing. But the 5.2 is kind of fun. You can't ever argue with horsepower, you know? The original build on this were 31-inch tires, and now it has 33s. So, like in low range, the 5.2's got a little more power to turn them. The TJ we're building at my father-in-law's had a 2.4 4-cylinder, 2.5? 2.4, 2.5, I'm not sure. And we actually came across a friend that was getting rid of a 4-liter 5-speed out of his TJ because he's putting a Hemi in it. So he said, if you can pull it, you can have it. So we pulled it, got him his TJ back, and we threw the 4-liter in my TJ build. And actually, last we worked on it, it actually fired up. So it's getting close. Get a video of that at some point. That is not a DIY. That is, I gotta say, pretty much the builds on my vehicles are all my father-in-law. I know just enough to be dangerous when it comes to this kind of stuff, but he's the brains behind the operation. He's the mechanic. He's built his own Jeeps. He's built race cars over the years for people. He knows what he's doing. I do not. I probably should have looked to make sure this isn't all over the ground. Once I get everything done, get this thing ready to roll out for the weekend trip, I've been threatening for a few videos now to give a full tour of this thing, which I will do. Okay, the oil looked good. Now I've got it sitting here idling. It's in neutral. I'm gonna check the trans fluid. I know it's low because it's been pouring out on my driveway. And I know the transmission isn't up to temp because I haven't driven it anywhere. But I'm just gonna check it and probably top it off. Keep an eye on it overnight to see where it's leaking from and how much it's leaking. Tomorrow I'll take it out. I'm gonna gas this thing up. I'll drive it around, run it through its paces, bring it back. Then I can check it, get a little more accurate measurement on that. But let's check. Definitely low. Gotta get a little more juice in there. Pour some stop leak in it because why not? Now throw some of my cheap transmission fluid in. Alright, it's on the stick. So guys, real quick, I'd just like to ask you to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy any of the content that I put up. I know it's a hodgepodge of stuff I do. I'm still feeling my way through YouTube and how it works, but I'm having fun making these videos. Hopefully you're having fun watching them. I know some of you are. You actually leave some comments and stuff, and I really appreciate that. It kind of keeps me going. But like, comment, subscribe, help me grow this channel. I'd really greatly appreciate it. I think what I might do real quick is just pull the floor jack out, stick it under the rear diff to get it up off the ground, and run it through a couple gears just to kind of get it going and then check it again. Like those rear brakes are grinding a little bit. Pretty good. It's a good start. Run it tomorrow and check it. Let me get this turned off. Alright, gotta let the garage air out for a second before I close the door back down so I don't die, so I don't succumb to carbon monoxide in here, and you know, well, that'd be something fun for you guys to watch. So kill a moment and enjoy a libation. Alright, down here you can see I apparently even have a leaky rear diff. So I got my little cheapo cheater bar ratchet. We're gonna pop this off and see what our level's at. It's there. A little aerated. I was just running it. Hopefully that's not an issue because I'm not messing with it. I don't want to burn up the posi on this thing though. Differentials, the level basically goes right to the fill hole. So if you can take the plug out, dip your finger in there and you can feel it, you're good. Next would be T-case. All right, I think you can see. Transfer case, fill hole, and the drain plug. If you want to check the level, again, I think it's just like the differential. Bust it open and see if you have level there. If you're going to drain the fluid and change it, always pull the fill plug first to make sure it comes out, because you don't want to drain it and then not be able to get this one out and refill it. I hate stupid Allen wrenches. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, it's draining out already. So we're good. T-case is good. It's this stupid exhaust that is constantly flopping around. I don't think I'm going to mess with it, because it'll just end up rusting the strap out. I try to just use cheap plumber strap, and it just doesn't, nothing cooperates. Alright, I guess we'll check the front diff and then get back up into the engine bay. So anyway, thanks for coming along on this little Jeep series I've had going on. How many of you guys out there got Jeeps? How many people like going wheeling? Let me know. Put it down in the comments. You know, it's I know my channel is a DIY channel, and I've got a lot of projects going on, and I'm a full-time carpenter, which I know most of the people come and watch for the building, which is understandable. But I like doing this stuff, so it's my channel. I'm going to make videos however I want. No, but if you like the Jeep things, let me know. Let me know what else you want to see. There'll be more videos after this one, because I got other stuff that I want to get taken care of before we roll out with this. And then I'll get videos of the trail rides, and I'll probably post them to here. It doesn't make sense to put them on this channel, but I don't have another channel. So I'll put them on here. I've got a couple that I did from last year's when I first started the channel. I'll link those. I'll put them on a card up here, or I'll put them down in the description. I don't know if I get enough interest from you guys with the Jeep stuff, and when I'm out on the trail ride, when I'm gone for the weekend and we're staying at the hotel, maybe I will try to do a couple live streams those evenings when I'm back in the hotel. We can talk about Jeeping and stuff, and enjoy a tasty beverage. I mean, I'll be enjoying a tasty beverage one way or the other, and my boy's not old enough to drink yet, so if you guys want to come along, as long as you're old enough. Okay, I think this is probably the end of the video. It's been pretty manic. I've bounced around from about 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 7 different things. Anybody got any questions about anything? Put them down below. I love the interaction. I always try to answer all the comments that I get. I don't get a lot, but it makes it easy. Thanks for coming along. I hope if you made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Well, if you stuck around this long, you didn't think that was it, did you? Man, here we go.